The time check was brought to you by Seiko.
Welcome back. One of Hong Kong's main tourist attractions, Nong Ping 360, says it is in talks with the government to extend its cable car route. Evelina Lum tells us more.
More than 1.83 million people went on the Nong Ping 360 cable car last year. That's a 10% increase compared with the year before. Around 30% were from the mainland and Macau. Nong Ping 360 says it plans to extend the current route, which now stretches from Tung Chung to Nong Ping village. If it goes ahead, the route will be extended to Tai O. Stella Kwan, general manager of the company, says they will strike a balance between development and conservation. She added they are still conducting research on the possibility of an extension. Some in Tai O are already looking forward to the new development. This shop owner said it will help boost the local economy as the cable car will bring more visitors. Others, meanwhile, said this might help ease traffic congestion in the area during weekends and holidays. Visitors are also excited. That's a great idea. It means I don't have to take different types of public transportation to get to Tai O. Evelyn Lang, TVB News.
And Al Jazeera journalist Peter Gresta was released from an Egyptian prison after spending more than a year behind bars. He was jailed on charges that included aiding a terrorist group in a case widely condemned as a sham by human rights groups. Gresta insists he won't rest until his two colleagues are also freed.
Australian Peter Gresta was allowed to leave a prison in Cairo following a sudden approval of the journalist's deportation from Egypt's president.
We begin with breaking news out of Egypt. One of our journalists, Peter Gresta, has been freed from prison after 400 days behind bars, and he is in good health.
His family in Australia was overjoyed.
Well, Peter Gresta is a free man. He is currently with our brother Mike in Cyprus, where he's gathering his thoughts for the moment. He is safe, healthy, and very, very happy to be on his way home.
But Gresta's two colleagues, Egyptian-Canadian Mohammed Fahmy and Egyptian Baher Mohammed, remain in prison.
That's
a worrying sign, says this Amnesty International representative who monitored the entire trial. Egyptian authorities arrested the trio in 2013 over their coverage of the violent crackdown on Islamist protests following the military overthrow of President Mohamed Morsi. They were slapped with at least a 7-year prison sentence on terrorism-related charges in a trial that rights groups and fellow reporters called a complete sham. What's upsetting to their employer is why all three weren't freed at the same time.
It's very unclear what's happening right now with Mohammed and with Baher, and exactly what underpins the decision that ultimately led to Peter leaving detention today.
For Baher Mohammed's wife, the wait is pure agony. Without him, all she feels is bitterness and sadness. But Gresta has made it clear he won't stop fighting until his colleagues are free as well.
Peter was arrested with Baher and Mohammed, and they also deserve to be free. Peter won't rest until they're released from prison.
But for now, their fate remains in the hands of the Egyptian president. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi claims he is still considering pardoning those who remain in detention.
Thousands of protesters have demanded Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban resign 1 day before a visit by German Chancellor Angela Merkel. About 3,000 people attended the Spring Comes, Orban Goes rally outside the parliament. They say most Hungarians don't support Orban's policy of closer ties with Russia. The demonstrators want the country to become a member of the European Union. Orban's party comfortably won elections last year, but he's facing strong criticism for his efforts to centralize power. An agreement for Russia to build new reactors at Hungary's nuclear power plant and an $11 billion loan to help finance the project are expected to be on the agenda at the meeting with Merkel. All right, Chris, Super Bowl action.
And super for a change. Not usually a great game. The New England Patriots defeated the Seattle Seahawks 28-24 to win Super Bowl 49 in Arizona. As Jameson Wong shows us, this year the American Football Showcase lived up to the billing.
New England went on